Hello and welcome to part 5 of modeling the semi-truck. In this part of the tutorial, what we're going to be looking at is finishing up some of the small details on the rig. This section, like I said in the last part, if you feel comfortable making the parts of this section that we're going to look at, then you could probably skip this section. What I'm going to be covering in this video is I'm going to be putting the air horns on the top as well as the lights and a little part here for the Ford emblem, and probably do some work on the fender there. But that's pretty much it as far as the details. I mean, there's a lot of things here that you could kind of go over different reference pictures and see what you want to do, like the detail that you may want to put in the sleeper cab, maybe some detail down here. Some detail as far as the axles, definitely need something there. And like I said, the interior cover, fender cover, that would go in here. That would, kind of hide the fact that there's really nothing underneath. And one other note, just before I get started, when I made the rim here, I mentioned that I wasn't going to do or I would probably go ahead and do the work on the back rims, but I was just duplicating it at the time. And looking at semis over the past few days, I've noticed that every single semi you look at, the front rim has this kind of outer rim and the back rims have this kind of indented rim like this. And I imagine the reason for that is because these are dualies back here, and that's the way that they're put together, and that's why they look the way they do. Just my guess, but I think it's a pretty good one. So I will be correcting that on mine. I mean, I don't think it's anything we need to cover here. If you did this rim okay, then you're probably okay with doing the rim there. But I am going to go ahead and do these details that we need to get done on this. So let's go ahead and go into our side view, and we're looking at this air horn. So I'm going to make this a separate object, and I'm just going to let's see, we could probably do this with a cylinder. So just going to do well, let me turn on my screencast keys. I always forget about those. Alright, Shift A, mesh, cylinder, and RX90, move them up, scale it down. Okay, so just going to approximate something here that hopefully will look correct when we get it done. So go into edit mode, let's pull this back here, extrude it, scale it down, extrude it over, and extrude it again, scale it up, and extrude once more. So pretty much something like that. I mean, that's all there really is to it, but they are a little bit oval shaped, I think. So what I'm going to do is just scale along the X, make it like that, and let's select this face here if we can. And I just want to extrude and scale down a little bit and scale it in. And as you go in, scale it down. Something like that. You may even want to come over to the materials, and I'm going to go ahead and give this the chrome material, the material that will be chrome. And that face I'm just going to make the black material, just so when you look at it from a distance it looks like it's actual hole going in there. And probably wouldn't be a bad idea to probably make the interior of this part black as well. And let me see if I can get a picture that might show this a little bit better. Like I said, I don't really have a whole lot of great pictures here. But let's see what we can see. No, I don't like those at all. It looks like it just lights. Open image. Yeah, I'm not really seeing it here, unfortunately, so just have to kind of go with your instinct on this as far as, you know, what they might look like. On my front view, let's see what we got shown here, if I can see it. Yeah, hard to tell with this too. I'm just going to put 2 on either side, and then the rest will be the lights. Don't want to waste your time too much. These tutorials are, I'm so slow in doing tutorials. I mean, my tutorials take so long to do, and I know that's a problem that I have and trying to work on them. Other people seem to like it though. I mean, they like that I take my time and, you know, show each step and all that good stuff. But I'm going to scale this down a little bit because it doesn't look quite right to me being that big. I don't know, maybe it really is, but okay. And let's just move this over. Blender's being a little bit sluggish, maybe something going on with my PC or something. So I'm just going to do a Shift D and move it over there. Okay, looks kind of funky the way they are right now, but hopefully when they're done they'll look okay. And just smooth those out. And probably a good idea to put some kind of, you know, something that looks like a bracket there that's holding these up. And let's go ahead and do the lights. For that, I'm going to use the cab interior as the edit mode as the basis for the lights. So just doing creating a cube and scale it down, bring it over. Really huge lights. Scale it down, and I'm going to say that there's going to be 5 of these, so there'll be 2 and then 1 in the middle. We can do the 1 in the middle after we apply the mirror, but let's get our basic shape going here, or make sure, you know, we have our basic shape. And scale on the z-axis, not too much, but something like that. I want to go ahead and get rid of that bottom face. And let me L select this, and I'm going to go ahead and assign chrome to this, what's going to be the bottom piece. Go ahead and smooth it while I'm at it, I guess. Okay, and let's go ahead and do a loop cut. Ooh, that's going to go all the way across there. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's what I want. Something like that, but I'm going to grab these vertices here. And try to move them down. Wow, what is going on? It's like my mouse is going screwy or something. Okay, so go back to faces. I want the 3 top faces, and I'm just going to extrude, scale it down. Let's see. I'm just shooting from the cuff here, so bear with me. I'm just going to extrude down, extrude again, scale a little bit, extrude again upwards, and again. And look at the side view, and grab these vertices and just kind of move them down a little bit. Okay, it's kind of sort of what I'm after, I guess. You can really, I mean, look at some reference pictures and get your own idea of what these little lights on the top should look like. Probably don't look nothing like this, but that's okay. This is what I'm going with. And for this area, this is going to be, oop, already got orange in there, so let's remove that. Oh, can't remove it. Remove it, okay. Go back in edit mode and just assign the orange to it, which right now looks nothing like a light, but I'm going to go back and fix all that good stuff. I'll fix the viewport color. Okay. Yeah, looks kind of weird, but it's okay. Alright, so let's just L select this entire piece here, and I'm going to do a Shift D to duplicate them over, and maybe about right there. And like I say, when we apply the mirror to all this, we'll just make another one and put it right in the middle for the 5 to get our 5 lights. So there's the lights, there's the horn. Next, let's go ahead and put the place where we're going to put the Ford emblem on here. Not a big deal. All we need to do is I'm just going to make it a separate object. Let's do a Shift A and do a cylinder. And what am I at? 32. Yeah, let's go down to, doesn't need to be that much. Go down to 24 at least. And do an RX 90. Scale it down. Bring it over. Ooh, where's my my 3D cursor keeps moving around on me, and I know I'm doing that at some point in time, but anyway. Move cursor to center. So going to be down here somewhere in the middle. Let's go ahead and delete this back face on it. We don't need that. Scale on the Y. Doesn't need to be very thick at all. Come over here. Let's go to front view. And let's do a scale on Z. See what the size of that's looking like. Yeah, it looks maybe about right. And you can even get a little fancy and select this face, extrude, scale down a little bit, extrude inward. Which is kind of probably what it does anyway. And then smooth it. Looks kind of funky. Just added some edge loops in there to give it some definition. Okay, so what we can do later on is, if we want to, we can put a texture in there of the Ford emblem. I'm not sure Ford would claim this truck, but we might claim it for Ford. So there's that. Now let's look at the bumper. And let's go into front view here, vertices, and I'm going to grab these top vertices. Let's see what I got. Is that all I want? Yes, I do believe that's all I want right now. And I'm just going to pull these up. And I think what I'll do also is I'm just going to add, because this looks kind of weird, I'm going to add another loop cut right here. And I'm just going to pull this one down a little bit, just so there's more of a kind of a definition there. And another place where we need to add some back covering so we can't see right through the rig. We also need to do something with this bumper as far as detail, and that is there's some lights down here, like fog lights, I guess they would be. So you may want to add a little bit of definition, like select these spaces here. Actually select all these down here too. And turn clipping on. Extrude. Extrude some more. It gives you a kind of an area there to work with. And I think really what I would like to do is add another loop cut. In this area, grab these faces right here. That's it, grab them, and extrude out a little bit. Yeah, something like that. And also, the pictures that I've seen kind of make the bumper area different color, and I like that idea. Kind of gives some better contrast to the truck. So let's come up with a new material. We're going to call this just plain steel, I think. So add new, and we're going to say steel, and we'll leave it at diffuse. And I'm just going to kind of make it a little bit grayer, and we'll come back and redo it, but I'm going to assign that to the bumper just so it's a little bit different. And you can do something for the lights, for the fog lights. I mean, you can either duplicate one of these or you can do something similar to that. I don't see any reason to get into detail on that. There is one other detail that I think I will do on the truck. I'm not sure. I don't think I'll cover it in the tutorial. But on semi-trucks, you'll see like an area cut out, and it's a round area. Sometimes it's a rectangular area. I think on the Aeromax it's round. But it's like a fan, a built-in fan area that I believe probably is an intake, or maybe not an intake, maybe a fan blower. You know, it's bringing in the air through the radiator. Maybe it's blowing some of the air out. I don't really know. I'm guessing here, but anyway, that seemed like it's definitely something that's needed on a semi, so I'll probably end up adding that. Again, any details you want to put on the sleeper cab, go ahead and feel free to do that. You need the axles, of course, which doesn't have to be any big deal. Just make like a cylinder and then put a little bump in the middle for the transaxle. And I think, unless I'm missing something else that I'm not remembering, maybe some lights on the back here too, depending on how detailed you want to get, or up here. But that's the basic truck there. So I think as far as the details, I'm going to stop there. In the next tutorial, next section, what we're going to do is we're going to start looking at the materials. We're going to finalize those materials down and get our, the look that we want, as far as, this is just blue right now. We render it. It's not much of a paint job, and we'll finalize what the other material is supposed to look like. We'll make this actual a glass look instead of that. We'll make the the chrome look chrome and all that good stuff. So from a distance, these horns don't look too bad, I don't think, and the lights don't look too bad yet. So I mean, it's getting there. Right now it's still pretty plain looking to my eye, but once we get those materials on there, I think you'll see it really start to pop and get some good lighting on it. And then after the materials, I'll do a separate section on the actual textures so we can get those squared away as well. And then we'll be pretty much done, I believe. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.